The film opens with a woman named Dara, an ecologist in her 40s. That day, she was on her way to a town where an underground tunnel would be constructed. Dara visited people who might be affected by the construction. Dara was welcomed there, and the majority of the residents were elderly. Their homes and land were mostly family heirlooms. Naturally, this development would have a significant impact on their future lives. The government had promised substantial compensation, but for them, the homes they now occupied were more than just buildings. They held values and memories that could not be exchanged for money. After visiting the residents' homes, Dara returned to the hotel to stay overnight. In between, Dara observed the surroundings and the workers returning home after a long day of work building the tunnel. One by one, the houses were being demolished to make way for the project. Dara continued to observe while taking photographs for her performance report. Not far away, Dara found an empty house that appeared to have been unoccupied for a long time. Many items had been left behind, including old books piled in the corner of the room. Elsewhere, there was a young man named Lusek, one of the project workers. That day, they relaxed and joked with the other workers while waiting for their superiors' instructions. Day after day, Dara continued to meet local residents and inquire about the empty houses. Most of them knew the former residents. Most of them had died, and some had moved to other cities. That afternoon, Dara decided to take a walk to the beach, where she met and became acquainted with Lusek. They chatted and quickly became close. One day, Dara invited Lusek to stay over at her place. The relationship quickly blossomed, and Dara immediately began to flirt with Lusek. Afterward, they ate together and talked about themselves and their respective jobs. Lusek turned out to be very young, only 19 years old, but Dara didn't believe her because he seemed so good at flirting. Despite their significant age gap, Dara felt comfortable with Lusek, and vice versa. Dara also continued to learn about the city's history. She was assisted by the local seniors, who explained each piece of information Dara needed. A few days later, it was Dara's turn to visit Lusek. Again, without further ado, Dara immediately invited Lusek to be intimate. Not only at home, but they also went to the beach and became intimate again. Their relationship grew closer by the day, and Dara seemed inseparable from Lusek. However, time would separate them. Dara had to return to Germany. Despite being with her family and close friends, Dara felt lonely. All she could think about was Lusek, and Dara yearned to see him again. Finally, after returning to Denmark, Dara met Lusek. They went for a walk and eventually became intimate again. However, Dara said that this meeting might be their last. Dara will be leaving for another country to continue her work. Lusek can't accept this, but what can he do? Every meeting is bound to end with a separation. Their ages are so far apart that they can't live together. Day after day, they pass in emptiness, longing constantly clouding their minds. Until finally, Dara meets a new person who might replace Lusek in Dara's life. And finally, the film ends.